going, guys? Spectre here. Well, I'm still in the tiff with Unk, the administrator of Skull Island. I'm not going to rehash what happened, but the TLDR version is that Unk decided to ban me before even talking to me, which shows you how much he actually gave a shit, but that's neither here nor there. But a few days after he banned me, he banned Flatnose, who is a person I had issues with, but he's been looking for an excuse to ban him for a while. He admitted as such, and it would not have taken much in order to ban Flatnose. Well, while I would have supported it, I do have to admit that if it had been for lack of a better term, a bullshit excuse, I would have called Unk on it, and he knows that. I think that's part of the reason why he didn't do it sooner. He knows that as much as I may not like him, I look at it logically and I try to be fair. Unk claims that Tarzan, aka Flatnose, attacked passive dinos. Now, Daciestus was part of Average Fuckboys, the tribe. He had left on bad terms, set Average Fuckboys up to be the scapegoat for him deciding to offline raid. And he ended up taking a lot of the dinosaurs, almost all the dinosaurs, before leaving. He took all the dinosaurs before leaving. And he left a solid amount of them at the Average Fuckboys main base after turning off the turrets. Well, when Tarzan / Flatnose realized this, he said, no, that's not right. He turned the turrets back on, and he proceeded to annihilate Dak's dinosaurs that were left behind. And Unk says his timeline of events as he was watching. He turned on all the plant turrets in his half of the base and started leading Forgotten Tribes dinos into them. Okay. This is a picture. You can see the Argents in flight and the animation that they are attacking those turrets. The next one, he then hopped on in with his saber to help finish off the occupied Argents. Why are the Argents occupied if they're passive? They didn't last long, and the Scorpion in the foreground soon followed. Waffles showed up soon after it started to assist and started leading more dinos into the turrets. The next targets were the Rex and the Carnos in the far background along the fence. You can see the Rex right there. Flat jumped off his saber and I heard the scream of a player being killed. That's Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn was originally in Average Fuckboys. I don't know why he doesn't appear in it at this point. Whatever. I can't explain that. And just in case they try to claim none of the dinos were passive, what about this poor little Roo? Archon Saber that was here can be seen in the background. Okay, so we got that. We got the Roo. Okay, so that's one dinosaur that was more than likely passive. I'll grant that. Nobody really sets a Procoptodon to be neutral or anything. That's fair. But previously, Unk had agreed that something like this, when it happened, would be considered collateral damage. That's just how it would be. Now, I do not know Waffle at all and cannot speak of them one way or another. If some of you wish to speak on Waffle's behalf, I could be convinced of making Waffle's ban a temporary one. Waffle did offline raid and did assist in the killing of passives, even if the killing blow was not dealt personally, and seemed quite willing to team up for this particular raid, so I prefer to leave it as is. I'll leave that one up to the community, but from my experience, a person is either of the personality type that they behave like this, or don't, and if it happened once, it'll happen again. As for Flat, he's been warned many times against this, and it's obvious he's not changing his ways, so the ban shall stay. Let it all be a reminder to keep it clean, or keep it on another server. Okay, well, here's the problem. We're going back up to that first page, or that first picture, in which you can see the Argents in flight, and you can see that they are fighting those turrets. You can see that. You can see right there, you can see that it's happening. Okay, let's make that clear. And he claims that all these dinosaurs were on passive. He claims all of these dinosaurs are on passive. So we're going to test that theory. We're going to test that theory. My Tribate and I on this server are here. We have an Argentavis. I'm going to reclaim it. Okay, so we have this Argentavis. Aggression level passive. So you can see it's passive. We're going to unclaim it. Now, we're going to put Unk's claims to the test. If this is passive, and I'm going to have Slim Jesus over here hit this bird and fly off. If it's passive, and according to Unk's claims, it should follow. So let's try it. All right, Slim, feel free to get on your bird, hit it, and fly off. I'm going to have him do it so that I can... It's been hit. He's flying off. You'll notice it's not following. You notice it's not following. Now, 1 second. I'm going to set this... I'm going to reclaim it, set it to neutral. I'm setting it to neutral.
Alright. Let me whistle Bambi over here passive.
Okay, it's now unclaimed. Now, it's set to neutral. Let's see what happens. What I want you to do is I want you to hit it, fly off, and then I want you to just do circles around here until it loses interest and lands. Even neutral, it's not doing anything. Even neutral, it's not doing anything. So this could actually not work. Okay, so what I'm going to do...
Oh. As soon as we decided to do it, really.
Pick me up and just bring me up there so I can claim it. So even neutral, it's not moving.
Nope.
Now that could... What happened?
It moved.
It moved?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay.
I thought it was desync for a second.
Yeah, so that was... It's still set to passive. Okay, it's now set to neutral. I'm going to...
Maybe when I whistled Bambi.
Yeah, that might have been it. Okay, so I'm going to set... Bambi is now set to passive. The bird is now set to neutral. Let's try this again. I'm going to unclaim it. Once it lands, you son of a bitch, get back here. Those ninja skills are right there. All right, let's try this again. Okay. Now, same thing. Hit it, fly off, just fly circles until it... Yep, there we go. There we go. It is going after him. It is going after him. You can see it attacking. The only way that this could happen, as Unk puts it, is if it was set to neutral or aggressive. That is the only way. That is how the game has set it up. So you can see right now, you can see the game mechanics. If it is set to passive, it can't be dragged off. However, if it's set to neutral, it can be. If it's set to aggressive, it can't. Aggressive, it'll chase you until, you know, the cows come home. So Unk's claim that Flatnose killed nothing but passive dinosaurs has been debunked. There is no other way to really put it. And I apologize for that. I can't get the game capture to work in OBS for some reason right now. But you can see, set to passive, nothing. But set to neutral, it will chase. It can be led. So Unk really had been looking for a reason to ban Flatnose. He got it, and it was a BS reason. He knows it was a BS reason. He knows how the game is set up. He just doesn't care. So we've thrown one of his claims out the window, and there are a lot more that I'm going to work on debunking because it needs to be done at this point. There's no other way to put it. Unfortunately, Unk has placed me in a position where, because whether it's whether it's intentional or not, he called me a liar. What he for lack of a better term, he besmirched my honor, and I know that sounds very cliche and medieval and whatnot, but I don't like being called a liar, and I don't like being told. I don't like people telling me you're scum when they have absolutely no reason to say it. He had no reason. And now we have just shown that Unk is looking for excuses and he's making up his own facts to justify why he's doing it. So that's going to be it for this. I'm Spectre, and I'm out.